The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Rob Oley from UK Sports Medicine. We appreciate you helping us co-host.
Always here to help you.
We've got a great show today, Rob. Doug Charles is in. He's a fine coach at LCA. They're off to a great start this year. They're 5-1. They have only one loss this year to Belfry. They were in that game. It was a tough game down in Belfry. But I tell you what, Coach Charles does a great job with that football team.
Got them going great, and that high RPI, and it'll show as the postseason progresses.
Top 5 in the RPI, I believe.
I think number 1 in their class.
In their class, yeah, that's exciting. So we're going to talk to them. And also we got a feature. It's from WKYT. It's on Marte Rice from Woodford County. All he did was have 5 touchdowns last week. Not a bad outing.
Dennis Johnson's done a great job over there with those kids, and they're really believing and playing well right now.
Our scholar athletes, they hail from Lexington Christian Academy as well. Andrew Huff, Trey Hood, Jaden Barnhart. These young men have great grades, 4.0s, weighted, 34, 35 on the ACT. You just can't add that stuff up. It's too much.
Great student athletes.
Great student athletes. And we're going to talk to them and the scholars. Our Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky to Sutherland Chevrolet. And also, Rob, what we got into UK Sports Medicine segment?
Tonight we've got a special guest, Emily Whitnell. She's one of our physical therapy fellows. Is going to talk about some functional evals for low extremity injuries and keep you in the game.
And our high school interns will help us with the interviews as well. They do a great job on the show. That's why we started the show 17 years ago for those high school kids, and they do a great job.
Oh, they do an outstanding job.
And let's get to the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. These highlights brought to you by Game Time here at WKYT with Lee Kay and Brian Milam. They do the best in the business, brought to you by Prep Spin.
And we start with longtime rivals Lexington Catholic and Boyle County. The Rebels lead the state in scoring at 49 points per game. Boyle's won all of his games this season by 30 points or more. So would UK commit Bo Allen and the Knights have enough firepower to keep up in Titletown? The Rebs have won 3 straight in the series, and after touchdowns on the very first 2 plays of the game, Mr. Allen doing his best to snap that 3-game streak. Great patience in the open field, and he's going to follow that blocker into the end zone. LexCath up 14-7, but Boyle County quickly shows why it's one of the favorites to win a state title. That's West Virginia commit Reese Smith with all kinds of room for activities.
Lots of activities.
Ropes down the sideline and scores. It's 14-all. Next possession, more fireworks from that Rebel offense. Reed Lantern to Cole Lantern. How about that family connection? This game a blowout and then some. Boyle County big, 64-28 to stay unbeaten.
District opener here as well between Bryan Station and Clark County. Second quarter, the Cards, Azariah Israel feels his way through the hole, and then as he catches the corner, that's a 27-yard pickup. He would score in the very next play to put GRC up 35-13. Cards not done. Jordan Manley with a dime to Dawson Gay for the touchdown, 42-13. Now final play of the first half. The pitch to Amadeus Taylor. Best name right there. He's got the edge for 6 to cut the deficit to 42-19. But Clark County gets the win, 56-19.
And welcome into our team of the week, the Lexington Christian Academy Eagles. Coach Charles is with us, and we want to thank Bob Roberts Insurance out of Richmond, Kentucky. They're on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky. Speaking of this great state from Lexington, Kentucky, the Lexington Christian Eagles. Coach, thanks for joining us. And, man, I tell you what, your Eagles are just soaring this year. You have a fine football team. I saw you play firsthand, and I was impressed with your football team. Did you think you'd enjoy this kind of success there?
Well, I've been there for 9 years now, and I coach a lot of these young guys since they were 5th and 6th grade, right. So I kind of knew knew that we had some guys that could play a little bit.
Right.
Coach Charles, tell us who you brought with you tonight.
Well, I have D. Smith, one of our seniors, receivers, cornerbacks. I have Jaden Barnhart.
Leads the state in receiving.
Leads the state in receiving.
All classes.
All classes. I've got Jaden Barnhart here that's been putting up some really strong numbers on the ground in the air. He's in the top 10 in the state.
He's got some college offers already.
He does. And then we have Trey Hood here, who plays center and linebacker for us. He's like another coach on the field.
Well, that's Dean Hood's son, right?
That is. Dean Hood.
Let's start with Trey. Can we start with you, Mr. Hood?
Sure.
You play center and linebacker for the Eagles. What helps you stay ready in the game? What keeps you in the game?
Just staying focused, and I play both sides of the ball, so I got to be able to game plan on both sides. We watch a lot of film at LCA, and we break down. Our coaches do a great job helping us know what the other team's running and helping prepare us. That's one of the things Coach Doug always talks about, things you can do without talent. One of them is being prepared, so we try to do that as much as we can. So playing both sides of the ball, I just got to know what they're running on offense, got to know what they're running on defense. And I help communicate on both sides and try to help my teammates know where they're supposed to be.
And you do a great job of communicating, by the way.
Thank you.
So, Jaden, as a quarterback, talk to me a little bit about all of the weapons. You guys are an offensive juggernaut. Tell me about some of the offensive weapons that you have surrounding you.
Yes, sir. So we are very blessed to have a fantastic offensive skill group, especially D has been a staple for my receiving core ever since I junior year started playing quarterback. But as he's gotten higher numbers and he's had big games, he's been getting doubled more, and that opens up and gives us opportunities to get to more of our other weapons in Xavier Brown,
yeah.
Will Vernon. Elijah Hammond's been a great possession receiver for us. So we've got weapons, and if they try to take away one, they're just going to open up somewhere else.
That's right. That's right.
D, we already bragged about you and said you led the state in receiving, but
Yes,
that's
sir.
really not bragging when you can back it up with the stats, is
Yes,
it?
sir.
So you could play on any team in the state of Kentucky. There's no doubt about it because you lead the state in receiving. What is it you like most about playing for Lexington Christian Academy?
I love the school mainly, but the football program, all 4 years I've been there, it's just been wonderful. We treat everyone like a brother. The coaches, they love every single one of you. They would do anything for you, and they'll always be there for you. And everybody has your back, and you have theirs. So it's a brotherhood.
That's a credit to this guy right here because I heard Trey refer to you as Coach Doug.
Yes.
So that means he's played for you for a while or
Yes.
remembers you back when he was a little kid. So that's a credit to you, Coach.
Well, I tell you, it's just been a blessing and an honor to be able to lead this group. They're easy to coach. They're all high character kids. They're real cerebral, so they get it. You can coach at a high level. They can digest complex game plans. And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about what a fantastic assistant coaching staff I have. I'd put them up against anybody in the state. I've got great position coaches all the way around, and they're the ones that are in there grinding every day to make this product to be what it is, and we're certainly proud.
Coach, what things are you working towards in practice to get ready for that next level?
Well, we're always self-scouting, ourselves. We are always working on details. Details matter, and
Exactly.
our guys are. We always tell our folks, just go play, be the best version of yourself. We'll accept the result, whatever that is. And our guys don't white knuckle. You come to our locker room, we're going in front of 7,000 people at Belfry, and our guys are loose as a goose. Ready to roll. So, we just go out and have fun and play for each other, and it's been a wonderful, great year.
That's great.
It's showing, Coach, because you guys are having a fabulous season. Good luck to you down the road. Here's your Mingy beef jerky. Won't leave empty-handed, so thanks for joining us on this show. Think there'll be any of that left when you get back to the campus?
We won't even get out of the parking lot for this right here. But thank you guys for having us.
That's the LCA Eagles, one of the top teams in the state of Kentucky. Now we're going to this feature. It's on a young man from Woodford County who's doing great things.
His running style is bruising, punishing defenders who attempt to bring him down. Woodford County's Amarte Rice is like a high school version of Marshawn Lynch.
I just lower my pass and run hard, and in my head I'll be like, I just do not want to go down. I just do not want to go down. I want to score every play. In reality, you cannot score every play. It's football, but I just have that mindset that I want to score every play, so I run as hard as I can.
Rice didn't score every play on Friday night against West Jessamine, but he did find the end zone 5 times on just 20 carries for 221 yards.
Scoring 5 touchdowns usually win the game with one person scoring 5 touchdowns. And when you dominate up front like our offensive line did and outside like our receivers and our wings did, it's very tough to beat a team that plays like that.
The first or second guy rarely ever tackles him. And so I told those linemen yesterday in film, I said, man, you guys have the perfect match. You know, you get a chance to block for a guy like this, and he gives you guys the credit. So it's definitely a perfect match.
With a 4-2 overall record, Woodford County is off to its best start since 2011. And the win over West Jessamine gave the Yellow Jackets their first district win since 2014.
District started on Friday, and we just trying to win next week and then try to win the district for coach and the community, and then it helped starting by winning Friday.
Lee K. Howard, WKYT.
And welcome back into our Scholars segment, our most popular segment, because it highlights kids doing great things in the classroom. In this case, it's Lexington Christian Academy. Welcome to the show, guys, and thanks for taking out your time. I know you guys have already been on the show, but you're such scholarly kids, we had to have you on again. But Andrew, let's start with you. You have a 4.0,
yes,
a GPA that's not weighted. That's a perfect 4.0, so congratulations for that. You have a 34 on the ACT. Congratulations for that. This keeps going. How does all this propel you in sports and football?
Well, football, as a lot of people who haven't played the sport probably don't know, it's a very mental game. It takes a lot of watching film, lots of studying your opponent. So just having that habit already in the classroom really helps carry over into the field, preparing for games and stuff, and knowing who belongs where on the field and keeping track of everybody.
That's important.
Trey, with a 35 on your ACT, you can basically choose your college. So what are you looking for in a good school?
I'm just looking for just kind of the atmosphere that I'm looking for in a college. It's just like small classrooms is really what I'm looking for. So I got a couple colleges that I'm applying to. I'm hoping to walk on and compete with the football team as well and just keep that going when I go to college.
Jaden, you are a top quarterback. How does having a 28 on the ACT help you make split
He's
decisions?
He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw him in action against Catholic. The kid can play. He's a really good player.
I'd say with the 28 ACT, it helps me. I'm able to analyze defenses more quickly and break down, find where the windows are more likely going to be. Helps me with making my halftime adjustments. And if we got to change anything on the spot, it helps me to remember that. It just helps me to diagnose the game faster, and when it diagnoses faster, I feel like I can play slower and play more relaxed.
You got that mental picture, don't you? And you got like a clock in your head too, don't you? You know when to pull it or when to throw the ball. It's amazing.
And then back to you, Andrew. Do you have a major you're interested in yet?
I've been looking at a few, not really decided on anything yet, but I'm leaning towards PT because I want to be able to use my grades but also stay involved with sports maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Trent, what are your plans for beyond high school and who motivates you?
My plans are just go to college and major in engineering is really what I want to do. And then I'm looking to wherever I'm applying to a couple schools, but wherever I go, I'm looking to walk on and just participate in football and in whichever way I can because I love the sport. And then just who motivates me, probably number one, my dad. He's always been there for me, really helps me out. And
Dean Hood.
Yes, sir. Really encourages me to try to do my best. And then Coach Ray, too, he's our weightlifting coach at LCA. He's always someone I can talk to, and he pushes me in the weight room to do better, and he just helps me strive for greatness.
And then Jaden, why don't you tell us about any college offers you have so far for football?
So Cincinnati Christian offered me 2 weeks ago. I'm scheduled to go up to Butler for a game day visit later this month. I've got some smaller schools interested in me. I was at Center a couple weeks ago. So smaller schools are interested in me, and I'm not real particular. I'm willing to play wherever I get the opportunity. I just want to play.
Any of those schools would be a great school for you. Butler, Center, any of those schools you mentioned be ideal for you. Congratulations, guys, for keeping such good grades. Here's a plaque for all three of you. That's from Ryan Tyson at Crown Trophy. Take that over there. He'll put your name and school in there for no charge. We appreciate you coming on the show, and keep up the good work out there at Lexington Christian. You're not only one of the top football teams in the state, you're one of the best academic teams in the state, too, and we really appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
That's the LCA Eagles. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky.
Time now for your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Great crossing at home to face Montgomery County. Check this out. One of the craziest plays you'll see. That's Nick Huff. Appears to be tackled, but he never touched the ground. He's heading down the sideline for the score. Let's watch it again. He never touched the turf. Great heads-up play to score. Montgomery County gets the win, 20-7. And that's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back into the UK Sports Medicine Orthopedic Surgery segment as we try to keep you in the game. And Rob, speaking of keeping everybody in the game, tell us who we got with us.
So we brought in Emily Whitnell. She is one of our physical therapy fellows this year. She's doing an extra year of fellowship to specialize in sports medicine.
Okay. So Emily, what is exactly functional testing?
So functional testing is a series of movements and activities that are designed to mimic an athlete's sport. So for example, if we have a basketball athlete, they're going to be doing a lot of hopping in their functional testing because basketball requires them to be able to jump a lot. So the whole goal of functional testing is for the physical therapist to see if the athlete can meet the physical demands that their sport requires of them safely without increasing their risk of injury.
Why is it important for an athlete to do functional testing before returning back to play?
Functional testing is really important because it allows the physical therapist to pick up any side-to-side differences in an athlete's strength or their ability to jump. And research has shown that the more symmetrical an athlete's strength can be side to side actually reduces their injury risk. But the functional testing isn't the only part of the return to sport decision. Your athletic trainer or physical therapist or surgeon will also take into account your length of time since your injury, your specific initial injury, and pain levels, and all of that goes into making one joint decision between you and your athletic trainer, physical therapist, or surgeon about coming back.
What are the components of functional testing?
One unique thing we have at UK is the ability to specifically test your quad and hamstring strength, which is your muscles on the top of your thigh and the bottom, with the machine called the Cybex. And the great thing about that is it can pick up even small differences in your strength side to side that, like I said earlier, really, if a patient's legs aren't symmetrical, it puts them at a really high risk of injury. So we can pick that up. Other things that are involved are some single leg hopping, agility test, balance test, and some core strength. And they might add a little something extra to just really make it specific to your sport. But like I said, the overall goal is to make sure the athlete's ready to return to play safely.
That's good stuff, Emily. Thank you very much for keeping us in the game there. Let's put up their website and their phone number, UK Sports Medicine. They'll keep you in the game. Now we're going to these final highlight packages. These highlights brought to you by PrepSpin, the leading digital network in the state of Kentucky.
Now to Henry Clay, where the Blue Devils are still trying to break into that win column. Meanwhile, Lafayette trying to pick up only its second win of the season. District opener for both Lafayette and Henry Clay. Devils trailed Lafayette 7-0 at the half, but changes on the opening kickoff of the third quarter. The Blue Devils, Tyler Banks takes it 67 yards to the end zone. Yeah, he's still running. The guys on the sideline, meanwhile, oh yeah, they're fired up. But the Generals march right back down the field on the ensuing possession. Tanner Pace finds J.C. Shagog for the 10-yard touchdown to give Lafayette the lead back. Henry Clay could not get the win on Shane Boyd night, 27-14 Lafayette.
Welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. As we wrap it up here, we want to thank Lexington Christian Academy. I tell you what, they not only have a great football team, they're number 5 in the RPI. Those 3 young men that were scholars are all like 4.0s, 35 ACT. I mean, that's getting it done.
Yeah, for sure.
And what about your soccer team? Are you guys getting it done on the soccer field?
Absolutely. We're starting districts this week, boys and girls. Frederick Douglass is hosting them. Our soccer team, Douglass, plays tomorrow. We play Sayre, so that'll be a competitive game. We're hoping for a win.
Sorry, the injury took you out, though, because,
it did.
Yeah, was that a thing? Was it, you know, we always talk about the mental aspect of it. Was it hard to overcome that injury mentally?
For sure, yeah. Any injury is tough to overcome mentally and physically.
And the number 1 team in the state, Louisville Male, is on with us next week on the Scholastic Ball Report. As always, for those you see and those you don't see,
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.